taped everything that was actually occurring live, but what he did was he turned off the camera when you would play a DVD at the performance.
You got the picture now.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the plaintiff, Andre Johnson. He says he's a student at the Art Institute of Philadelphia and took a job for the defendant videotaping her farewell dance company performance. He did everything he was asked, taped the event, made her DVDs, even gave her the raw footage and a sneak stop payment on his check. She planned it the whole time because she made sure she got everything from him first, then stiffed him. He's suing for $145, the amount he was promised, and bank fees. This is the defendant, Jay Allison. She says the plaintiff did a god-awful job, probably because he never showed up for rehearsals. One would think you'd want to know what was going to happen if you were filming it, right? He never got a master shot, 3/4 of the screen was dark, and he ruined her one chance of capturing this very important event in her life. So no money for him. She's accused of taking it all back.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Everybody's talking about the Honorable Marilyn Milian, the hottest judge on television. Real cases, real litigants, here in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mr. Johnson, you are suing Ms. Allison and New Leisure Dances?
Yes.
All right, for $145 that you say she owes you for videotaping a recital and refuses to pay you, correct?
That's correct.
All right, what were you employed to do for her?
I was employed to tape a dance performance. It was a farewell concert. It was a dance performance and it was a tap dance challenge competition.
Okay.
I met Miss Allison through a job posting at the school I go to.
Okay.
I saw the posting and I contacted Miss Allison and we met to discuss the job at hand.
Okay.
When I met her, she told me that it was not just the event that she wanted taped, but she also needed 3 other things done. She needed some audio reworked, she needed some video touched up, and she needed some clips taken and put into a montage for sort of like a pre-show to the event.
Okay.
I did the audio work for her, but I told her that because I had other jobs going on at the time that I wouldn't be able to touch up the video or do the montages for the pre-show.
Did you give her the name of somebody who could?
Yes, I did.
And then she contracted that individual.
Yes, she did.
And was going to pay him to do that additional work. So now you're left with doing the following that you haven't been paid for, and that is taping the performance on a specific day, which was what day?
Saturday, May 13th.
Saturday, May 13th. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Now, did you go to that performance and did you tape it?
Yes, I did.
And did you give her the tapes?
Yes, I did.
Did she give you any instruction on how she wanted it done?
No, she didn't. When I got there, we realized that Montrell had not shown up.
Now, Montrell is who?
Was the person that I gave her the name of that could do.
Who was going to do those 2 other jobs, but
Right.
apparently Montrell was going to help you tape that performance as well?
Right, and he did not show.
And what was he going to do? Were you going to have 2 cameras?
Basically, we were going to have 2 cameras for 2 different angles, but he did not show up.
Okay.
So Miss Allison just asked me to place the camera in the center.
Okay.
But she didn't give a specific shot that she wanted. She just asked me where to place the camera.
Okay, so you place the camera in the center, and then what do you do for the rest of the performance? Move around and tape whatever your judgment tells you, or what?
No, I taped the performance. She made a claim.
You never moved the camera?
No, I did not move the camera.
Did you ever zoom in, zoom out?
I zoomed in a little bit for a little more clarity on the people's faces, but not to the extent that she claimed. After I taped the performance...
How much were you supposed to get paid to tape the performance?
We didn't discuss the dollar amount beforehand.
You've got to be joking.
No, we did not.
Everybody figured they discussed the dollar amount after the deed is done? Is it true that you guys didn't agree on a price beforehand?
This is true. We did not agree because he didn't want to talk about it.
He didn't want to talk. So you would ask him for a price? How much are you going to charge me? And he would say, I don't want to talk.
He asked me if, I'm sorry. He asked me if it was a paid job. Yes, this is a paid job. And I told him around about what my budget was.
And what did you tell him around about what it was?
I told him I normally pay my videographers about $150 for their work.
That's a lie.
$150. And you say that's a lie.
That's a lie.
These are the people that I know that I've been working with over the past,
well, who I can't help but notice you didn't hire. Instead, you posted for a student. Why is that?
I didn't have a choice to. They were unavailable, and
All right, so so it is correct that the 2 of you did not agree on a price. Now the performance is over, the tape is done.
Right.
And now do you agree on a price?
When I pulled out the price, she told me it was more than she was prepared to spend. So I told her that I would charge her $120 because the event was taped and to output the raw footage. It was $50.
Let's output the raw footage. Hand to tape?
No, to dub it down onto a VHS or a DVD.
Okay.
For her to view.
Okay. And she says?
She says that'd be fine.
Okay. Is that part true? Do you agree with that? That the two of you then just said, okay, well, just 120 for the raw footage?
I agree that those are the sections that I will consider paying for, and I did sign to it, yes.
Oh, you did sign to it. Okay, show me what she signed. And then what happens?
I dubbed down the raw footage. I handed it to her on May the 20th, okay? I received a phone call. I received a message on my phone the next day saying that she could stop payment on the check, and she claimed that there were numerous other things wrong with the tape.
And what was she now claiming was wrong with the tape?
Well, number one...
In fact, hold on. Let her tell me. What was wrong with the tape? You wanted cheap labor. You posted for a student. And what exactly is there about the tapes that would justify you stopping payment on 120 bucks? Because, by the way, I don't buy this. The videographer that I normally use as a professional charges 150. Because I've lived, I didn't just fall up a turnip truck, so I know that that can't be so. You may be paying 150 to a really, really good guy, but that is not a professional videographer, okay?
Well, I do have his email here, and if you would like to read it,
I'll read his email all you want, but that's somebody who you're friends with. Now, talk to me and tell me, okay, and if he gives you $150 prices because you're pals, it's not because that's the market price for this kind of work.
She says the tape looked like cops, not the Bolshoi. Should the plaintiff get paid? Testimony continues.
Was there anything missing that was not DVD that you'd played? I understand
Lots of things.
Like what?
Choreography, arms, heads, limbs, sides of stage. The piece. Where is the work? Why isn't the work seen the way it was given to the audience? Where is the work?
A special notice for licensed drivers age 50 and over.
License, registration, and insurance.
Something wrong, officer?
And your AARP card.
Yeah, here you go. Is there a problem?
Sure is. You belong to AARP, but you don't have their auto insurance from the Hartford. With this insurance, you're spending way too much.
Oh, but I'm already getting a good deal from my insurance company.
Are you sure? Do they offer benefits, like first accident forgiveness?
No.
Do they reward good driving with special discounts?
Well, no, but...
Is there a program designed for drivers age 50 and over?
Somebody does that?
Yep, AARP. Their auto insurance program could save you money and give you benefits you'll rarely find anywhere else. If I were you, I'd call them now.
Millions of AARP members have already called about the AARP auto insurance program. They're saving $350 when they switch, and you can too. Just call this number now and ask for your free rate quote. You'll enjoy special benefits created exclusively for AARP members. Keep a good driving record, and we'll lower your deductible over time until it's down to zero. And if you have an accident, we'll forgive it. That's right, your rates will not go up. You'll also get our pledge of lifetime coverage, plus guaranteed auto repairs and more. With the power of 35 million AARP members, you'll be on the road to better coverage in no time. So call now for your free rate quote and see how much you can save. Not an AARP member? Not a problem. Give us a call.
Call 1-800-719-4762 now for your free rate quote from the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford. There's no cost or obligation. Or go to aarpinsure.com/free. You'll also get this free calculator. 1-800-719-4762. Call or click now.
Remember, if you've got this card, you've got to get this card. Call now.
Plaintiff was supposed to tape the defendant's farewell performance with her dance company. He says he did the job, but she won't pay. She says the tape sucked. Let's listen.
All right, so now, what is it that caused you to stop payment on that check? Because it's not as though we're talking about a lot of money. It was $120, and the guy had been there. How many hours was the performance?
The performance was 2.5 hours.
Right, so he had...
No, it wasn't.
How long do you say it was?
It was 3 hours, because we started at 7:30.
Whatever, 2.5 or 3 hours. I thought you were going to say 10 hours or something. All right, it was 2.5 or 3 hours. He'd gone there prepared, set up a camera, stayed there, finished. Yes. And there's work that went into it. Why is it that you stopped payment on the check?
I paid him sight unseen. He let me know in advance that he wasn't prepared to videotape the whole show, and he did not tape parts of my show because he wanted to save tape. Okay, that frightened me right there.
He let you know in advance what?
Before I gave him his money, he told me.
But after the show?
After the show, he asked me for These are DVDs of the videos that are played during the course of the show. And he said he did not tape them because he wanted to save tape.
Well, I understand now what you're saying. He taped everything that was actually occurring live, but what he did was he turned off the camera when you would play a DVD at the performance.
You got the picture now.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So,
was there anything missing that was not DVD that you'd played? I understand what you're saying.
lots of things.
Like what?
Choreography, arms, heads, limbs, sides of stage. The piece. Where is the work? Why isn't the work seen the way it was given to the audience? Where is the work?
Because he's zooming in, you mean?
He's zooming in close. He's trying to follow the action of the dancers as though he came to rehearsal. How does he know what to follow? If you've got 2 cameras, it's not a big deal. You've got 1 camera nice and wide. It's set wide. You can get everything. Master shot. You have another camera. I don't care if you walk around with it. You can take whatever edits you want to take. Walk around, zoom in, pull out, start from the ceiling. I don't care. How nice. If it looks good and you can put it together, that makes me even happier. But I just need this because I know I'm hiring a student to do this work. The reason I asked
Did you tell him, he said you gave him no instruction. Did you tell him, look, no fancy pants here, no dancing. I just want the dancing. I don't want you dancing. I want my dancers dancing on this video. Just keep your wide angle and don't touch it for 3 hours. Did you tell him that?
I absolutely did.
Do you have
I understand giving instructions.
That's what's set up here, right?
Yes.
All right, let's see it. To fast forward to something that you find objectionable? Because I saw for one moment there that he was just trying to follow the guy. He doesn't know where the guy's going because he didn't go to rehearsal. And then he figured that out and went wide again.
Well, if you can, the biggest thing about this that I have the hugest objection to is I'm cool with the limbs going out of screen there, but I'm not so cool because I need the wide shot simply because the guy you hear singing is the lay of the Leisure. He passed away a few years ago. This piece I created in memory of him.
So are you referring to because in the background there's a DVD playing.
That's
correct.
So
you're referring to that you had wanted this to be all the way back because you wanted your deceased partner to be able to be seen on this screen, but don't you think that that's the kind of thing you should have discussed with him beforehand, if that's what you want? Because,
I have.
Well, what makes, are you telling me you specifically told this guy that?
Specifically. His friend Montrell,
can I just tell you, I
absolutely.
find that to be a little bit strange.
Well, I can tell you how.
What else did you, are we going to go through each frame and you're going to tell me how you specifically told him how to block that frame too?
Oh, very simple. This is very simple. I can spell this out for you in 2 sentences.
Let's get ready to rumba. Will the plaintiff get his $145? Judge Million rules next.
For more information, log on to peoplescourt.com. Was this racial profiling?
I'm not a racist.
Or an attempt to put one over on the government?
I recommend being honest because what I am going to do to you is skewer you like a piece of meat.
On the People's Court with Judge Marilyn Millian, Wednesday.
Tonight.
I don't want to see you get hurt again. I just want you to be careful.
Is this a safe sex talk again?
A second chance at love and a night to remember.
We're here. Here where? Are we at Woodstock? I think we're late. Oh, what the?
Gilmore Girls, followed by Veronica Mars.
Tonight, starting at 8 on the CW Philly.
You have a creative side. You see what others don't. You have an eye for style and a mind for business. You're an innovator at heart. In the fashion programs at the Art Institute of Philadelphia, we'll help you turn your ideas into a recognizable style for the real world. Your art becomes your voice. The fashion programs, the Art Institute of Philadelphia, 1-800-278-9948.
suffer from anxiety? More than 19 million Americans feel intense stress on a daily basis. Sometimes the constant worrying or apprehension can become overwhelming and impact your daily life. CNS Research Institute, CRI, is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for anxiety disorders. Eligible participants may receive up to $600 compensation for time and travel. Transportation can be arranged. If you suffer from these symptoms, call 1-877-993-BLUE.
I smell a lie. Both of y'all trying to confuse me.
From award-winning playwright Tyler Perry.
When you got pregnant, didn't I tell you I didn't want him?
What's done in the dark.
I got you right where I want you. I'm your God.
Player!
Starring David and Tamla Mann.
I got a 20-pack. Keep me counting all day.
And Alan Payne.
Tell all my patients they need to use protection. I didn't think I'd have to use it with my wife.
What's done in the dark. October 25th through the 29th at the Miriam Theater. Get your tickets now.
If you've been hurt in an accident, you may be entitled to cash benefits that you didn't even know existed. Let me give you some advice. Even if you have limited tort or no insurance at all, pick up that phone and call Rand Spear. He'll take care of everything.
Don't let the insurance company give you the runaround. You deserve to be treated fairly. Get your medical bills paid and a fair settlement for your injuries. Call me now at 1-800-90-LEGAL and get the right lawyer, the right advice right now.
My name is Tara Stinson, and I lost 66 pounds in 34 weeks on LA Weight Loss.
Introducing XL from LA Weight Loss.
Before I lost the weight, I would find a trail and I would barely make it halfway to the top. Now I feel like there's no mountain I can't climb. When I lost the first 7 pounds in my first week, I knew this program was for me. So pick up the phone and call LA Weight Loss now. You deserve it.
LA Weight Loss Centers, just $7 a week. Call for your free consultation, 1-800-526-SLIM.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin outside the Times Square Information Center. You've seen the tape. What do you think? Should this guy get paid?
Yes.
Why?
Because he did his job, and he wasn't a professional.
I mean, forgetting about the professional, was it good enough?
It was good enough. He's a student. She's only paying $100. And
Around 100.
Around 100, and there's only one person on the stage.
What do you think? Final word.
If she wanted a professional, she should have had a professional.
There you go. It's her own fault if there was a problem going inside the courtroom.
When I instructed him from the door, my instructions were, I need one camera set, wide in the center, curtain to capture everything that happens from every dancer
But
and
you
every
understand
aspect.
then that each dancer is going to be this big then on the TV screen.
That's fine.
And that was going to be fine with you.
That was fine with me.
Now
That
watch
was
this.
what I
Did she
needed.
ever tell you that?
No, she did not.
Okay, I got to tell you. Apparently, you feel that the work he did was worth $0.
I'm not saying that his work is not worth $0.
But you paid him $0. So I have got to assess a value to these 3 hours of video, and the value, you know, if this guy was charging you $300-400, I'd have some room to play with. How much less than $120 do you think I can assess that value at? Do you realize how little that is an hour?
I don't have anything on there that I need. I asked him specifically.
Why are you suing in addition to $15 for tapes used?
Because when she contacted me on Monday, she asked if she could have the originals that I taped the event on, the original mini DVs. And I gave her those along with the VHSs.
Yeah, but where did you come up with charging $15 for that?
That was the price of the mini DVs that I paid.
Yeah, but you never had any agreement for them to pay extra for that? Right?
No.
Okay. I'm going to award you, I'm sorry, Ms. Allison. I understand that you're upset about a lot of different things, but we have a saying in Spanish, lo barato sale caro. The cheap comes out expensive. And if, you know, if all you wanted to pay for someone to stand there for 3 and something, if the performance is 3 hours and they're there longer than 3 hours, and then they take time at home to do whatever they're going to do, you know, then maybe you should know, A, the quality of the work of the student that you're hiring, and B, pay them. What I saw, you know, you made me think that the thing was completely and totally worthless. I thought I was going to see something that was completely and totally worthless. It may not be what you wanted, but worthless? No. Is it not worth $120? No. I can't say it's not worth $120 because that's so cheap that there's no wiggle room for me. So I find in his favor for the $120 plus the $10 stop payment fee that your bank charged you because of the fact that it bounced for $130. That's my verdict.
Thank you.
All right, come on in here and tell me what you think of that ruling right there. You have to pay.
Well, that's really interesting because it really wasn't about the money. It was about this kid learning what to expect and to listen to direction that is giving. It's really too bad that he lies, but, you know, that's not me. He'll have to live with that.
he did work, and he did work that's worth something.
Well, I was going to give him something. I was not objecting to give him any money, but certainly why ask for separate fees for one show? It's ridiculous.
$120, right? Do you ever hear you get what you pay for?
I certainly know that tune.
Okay. right down that way. Okay, come on in here. What do you think of this verdict?
I think it's fair. I think it's extremely fair. I mean, it's not about the money. It's really about the principle. She signed the agreement for $120, okay, and then she stopped the payment, okay, and then she says, well, she was going to pay me something, but then she wanted to go back and renegotiate it. You can't go back and renege on your word when you sign a contract.
What do you think of your work that you saw there on the video?
I think the work is definitely usable.
How about the her partner? You know, she said she wanted to see him with the partner on there. Very quickly, did you blow that part of it?
No, I didn't blow that part of it. Okay, when I contacted her,
right. I don't have time for a big explanation. No is good enough. Harvey.
Okay, here's the deal in this case. A customer has a right to demand anything that customer wants in terms of being artistic. The key is you have to tell the person who's doing the job, here's what I want and why I want it. If you don't communicate, you lose. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
These are the plaintiffs Lorenz Codio and Muriel Smith Codio. They say they rented out an apartment.